Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the Book Corner. I'm Hermione, author and lover of good literature. So today's video is just, I did this video yesterday, but then I totally forgot to upload it. Um, this one is just basically let you guys know that I finally did get around to finishing chapter 4 of my book. I am very happy about it. It was at over 14, like little close to 14,500 words. I'm very proud of being able to reach this point. So I have a feeling that by the end of the week I should at least be at 20,000 words. Um, so that is, I'm very proud of that. I am so super excited about, I'm going to finally reach 20,000 words, which means I will have about 65,000 more words to go. Um, so, uh, so so I went ahead and proofread chapter 4. I actually proofread all the chapters I'd already written because my book is going to be pretty thick and I don't want to have to go back and not redo, but like go back and do this because it is going to be an absolute nightmare to do this. What I'm actually going to do is, when I'm off, like I'm off today, I'm off tomorrow. So when I'm done with chapter 5, either today or tomorrow, I will go ahead and proofread that chapter. And then I'll move on to chapter 6. So what I basically want to do is by the time I'm done with this book, I will have it fully proofread. I will have all of my scenes and stuff. But however, I will have to go back and I will have to read the book in its entirety to make sure that things are where they need to be. So even if I have the book done, even have the book written by the beginning of December, I'm still going to have to go back and I'm still going to have to read the book thoroughly, add stuff to it, remove stuff on it that doesn't fit what I am wanting to do, and all that. So that is going to be something that is going to be very important to me. So I am hoping to have this book entirely finished by time we're ready to leave to go to Tennessee, not Nashville, but Tennessee. And if I can do that, if I can get it done by the time I leave to go to Tennessee, all I have to do is upload the files, the book cover, all that stuff to my Kindle, my KDP, and then I can just leave it alone and all that. So I am going to be doing that, and I'm very excited about it. I really am super excited about doing this, getting this done. So one of my biggest complaints, and I'm segueing this right into another thing I want to talk about, is why is it that we cannot get good horror books? I mean, you can pretty much guarantee that Stephen King's work is always going to be good, that D.N. Koontz's work is always going to be good. But you have authors that get into horror and they have to fill it with messages, they have to fill it with like being, talking down to your audience and stuff. And publishing houses buy these manuscripts up like they're chocolate or Monopoly pieces, and they publish it, and people don't want it. People, maybe a couple hundred people buy it, and they slap a New York Times bestseller on it, and it's not even that good of a book. My book is definitely bloody. I will, chapters 3, chapters 4, begin of chapters 3 and towards the end of chapter 3, beginning of chapter 4, they're bloody. Duh. What are we dealing with? We're dealing with vampires. We have things that are in it that make a lot of people that have never read any kind of horror from like the 80s and the 90s get very uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, why does she have to throw that knife? Well, and oh, by the way, I had to redo that particular scene because I was kind of like, she embedded the knife in the guy's neck that went into the tree. He's not falling down. It's like, no, he's just staying like that. But it's it's like it was a rewrite. I made a mistake when I wrote it originally. I rewrote it to make it look more plausible. But that's the thing about horror is horror. You can do stuff to people in the confinement of your book that you would never do to people in the real world. And I will say this about my vampire and the vampires that come after her. She's got a couple with her. They don't care about political correctness. They're vampires. They're essentially dead, but they're not really dead. I mean, they're, they died. They were in a morgue, but they're not really dead. They're kind of in between. But even if you have in between vampires, they don't care about your feelings. I laugh my ass off when they want serial killers in movies and books to care about your feelings. No, they don't. I laughed my ass off when they tried to cancel Michael Myers. What the fuck? Did anyone see that article in, I forgot what magazine it was, where they're like, oh, they killed a gay couple. Trust me, you ain't gonna like my book. You're not gonna like my book. But yeah, it is, it's my first foray into horror. And the thing about in horror books, in like your old time horror books, they didn't care about your emotions or how you felt. The point of a serial killer, the point of being a killer, a point of someone who has this insane desire to drink your blood is they don't care. And they just don't. They don't care. That is the point of vampires killing whoever they want to kill. They just don't care. Typical, if you look at like vampires like Anne Rice's vampires are dead. They just don't care about what color your skin is, if you're skinny or you're fat. They don't. Now, I will say this about the show Reginald the Vampire. A lot of people probably were thinking this show, that they only look at these these like fat people, these people that aren't handsome, as essentially just food, and they're not worthy of being a vampire. Because they're not beautiful, they're not alluring, and all that. And you've got, Reginald gets bitten by 2 female vampires, and basically he's left there to die. And his friend, who is a vampire, who is handsome, turns him into one because he has this dislike and hatred for his own kind, and he turns them because why should he be denied the right to live because he happens to be fat and not handsome? But that's the thing, is you've got this kind of this viewpoint of, if a vampire goes and kills someone who's fat or somebody who's of a different race or ethnicity, then that vampire is transphobic or that vampire is homophobic. No, that's not what it is. They're vampires. They kill people. They kill people for food. It's like you just get this kind of lack of comprehension of what a vampire is. A vampire is a predator. Predators don't care about what kind of food they consume. Their job is to eat you or to drink from you or whatever. And what I'm really hoping when the book comes out, I'm going to release it in time for the spooky season, which is why I'm starting to write it like at this point. Like I started writing it like the middle part of August because I wanted to get it ready for the spooky season, because writing horror is not easy. And every time I sit down and like write something, I'm thinking, does that work, or is that not working, or should I go back and rewrite this because it sounds better if I do it this way. It's always thinking about every scene that you're doing, and it's not the same as writing cozy mysteries where you're just going around and talking to people and all this. You have a girl that was bullied incessantly. She tried to kill herself several times. She finally does, in fact, somewhat die. And now she is basically doing what vampires do, and that is feeding on people and on animals and all that. So it's that kind of book. And I mean, as I said, I know very well that people are not going to like the book because of the kinds of people that she kills. And all that. So, it's kind of like you just put your art out there for the world to consume, and you get the good people that get it, and they go and say, well, I kind of didn't like this particular scene, or I thought this scene was a little overdone, and stuff. But then you got people that want every single horror book to be a certain way. And I even told my brother, I said, and I told her, not him, sorry, not her. I told him, I said, these are the kinds of people that she's going to be feasting on. And of course, there's going to be people that she will drink from that she won't kill, and stuff. But it definitely is not for people that want a nice little vampire book. It's not. This is a girl or a woman who is going through 455 years of existence, and this is her diary entries or her journal entries. This is how she processes, this is how she writes out her feelings and emotions and stuff like that. But yeah, so so it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea and everything. But there's actually a book I'm going to be writing in the future, and this is definitely going to be a book that I feel like I want to write. Not feel I want to write, but feel like that I have to write. It is a horror book. And I think that horror for me is a great way to exercise a lot of things that I feel inside at this particular time. And it is about a detective that that basically catches this guy raping her daughter, or and she kills him, but he doesn't die. It's like he dies, but his spirit just wanders around and basically is attacking little girls and little boys. And yeah, I know some people say, well, that was already done with Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger, he was a child molester and stuff. In all freaking honesty, he didn't go after little children after he died. He went after teenagers after he died. This is entirely different. This is a guy who's a child molester going after little children in their homes and doing some pretty nasty stuff to them. And people go, what the fuck? Why are you writing this kind of book? Because I was exposed to by a child molester. And this is a great way to exercise, or exorcise, how do you pronounce it, those particular kinds of experiences. So anyways, yes, personal experiences can be a gateway to writing a book, and put a supernatural twist on it is absolutely crucial, because you would think that the little child petty is gone. No, he's not gone. He is absolutely not gone. But yeah, I mean, I have seen in the past where you can use like serial killers and their deaths to do some great cinema. But after a while, you kind of get tired of the thing, and you be kind of like, can this serial killer just go to hell? Just please. But anyways, so yeah, so very glad I got done with chapter 4. I'm 2 pages, or like a page and a half into chapter 5. Oh, something else is, after I'm done reading my 2 piles of books, because I am down to my last couple books. I am going to be doing something where I'm going to take each chapter of the book. Like when I'm done with the chapter, I will do a video, but you won't get that video when I do it. I'm actually just going to leave it in my hard drive, and then when I'm actually done with the book, then I will put it all together, and I will give you guys a review of the book and all that. So, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.